Sir, just a fair warning, I would advise that you not do that, as I don't think that the US Postal Service takes kindly to sending biological weapons to people. And let me explain. The thing that he is talking about here, my dear audience, is surströmming, regarded as one of the stinkiest foods on Earth. The translation of the name into English means sour fish, and as the name implies, it is quite literally fermented Baltic Sea herring. You see, the way that this food works is that they would catch the herring right before their prime in the spring. The fish is then allowed to ferment for at least a period of 6 months, and after this initial fermentation stage, the fish is allowed to ferment even more once it's actually canned. It is not uncommon for these cans to bulge out because of the gases that are produced by the bacteria inside. This, of course, leads to the food's reputation and absolutely legendary smell. So the big question then comes, why? Why does such an abomination exist? Well, this is a food that comes from Sweden, which of course is typically cooler and doesn't have as much in the way of agriculture. As such, fish in the form of salted fish was one of the most common foods that you would have stored for the winter. But around the 16th century or so, there appears to have been a salt shortage in Sweden, meaning there was significantly less to go around to make an actual strong brine, so they instead used a much weaker brine in order to cut down on the costs. At the time, individual families would have these large oak barrels that the fish would be stored in. Ones that before canning, you would gradually take the fish or other items out as you needed it, and they were preserved in the brine. But even after the salt shortage was over, the food still remained fairly popular and became a very common thing once canning existed in Sweden. And in today's age, the food has achieved an entire new set of popularity, specifically from influencers who use it in order to get views. I really hope that I don't go down that path as well. But hey, I actually leave for Sweden in less than a month, so I might actually try it there if you'd like to see it. You can support me and my channel by joining my Patreon, or please do go ahead and buy my coffee, because it tastes amazing. A lot better than rotten fish.